So the work that you're seeing here is titled Behind the Red Moon. It's a work made up of 3 individual sculptures, all of which kind of reveal in some way the kind of entangled histories of Africa, Europe and the Americas through the kind of bottle tops. So these works are actually made out of over 2 million bottle tops and metal fragments, all sewn together, many of which have been crumpled and crushed by the artist's studios in West Africa, in Tema, Ghana and in Nsukka, Nigeria, to produce these kind of large-scale, almost kind of fabric-like hangings. He actually refers to them as metal hangings that kind of cascade through the building. So there's something, I think, deeply evocative about these works, because in one sense they're talking about this history of journey, specifically the migrations of Africans to the Americas, and then the kind of circular history, you could say, that connects the kind of bottle top as a commodity.
Perfect, we'll go up there.
The artist.
So the work is actually titled Behind the Red Moon, because the first thing you see as you enter into the turbine hall is this kind of moon that folds towards you, and actually this has been constructed to resemble a sail. So it's yellow on the one side and red on the other side. And for Ellen Itsui, the artist, the moon was almost a way to evoke this kind of history of travel, of movement, specifically the history of celestial navigation, which is a kind of means by which sailors would use the moon to kind of guide them across the oceans. And obviously the blood moon talks not only about the moon during a lunar eclipse, but the sense of loss perhaps associated with the movement of goods and people around the world during the transatlantic slave trade. And then as you come down the ramp, you're kind of sort of met with this kind of fragmented series of bodies that hang in the air, and it's only when you work up towards the bridge and you kind of look dead on that you can see that it forms a circle, and Elle actually calls that circle the world. His works have been compared to mosaics in part because there's this kind of visual sort of interplay, you could say, of various kind of colours and forms that are brought together. And in a way, there is a kind of sense that his work is often thought about in relation to the history of abstract painting, but he talks about the importance of abstract art being kind of embedded in traditional African culture. So while they might recall paintings from other parts of the world, they are absolutely vehemently rooted in an African tradition. And it's just worth saying that they're neither painting nor sculpture because they're infinitely kind of open to change, in a way malleable in form, and that refers to an idea that the artist started to really kind of cultivate in the early 70s, the idea of the non-fixed form, where a sculpture could be open to reinterpretation and reimagination. So the turbine hall really kind of reflects that idea.
On the railing?
We went to press the ring.